So, AMD, Intel. Today I was starting to make a meme thing about Intel being a boomer company, and I thought, what? I have more thoughts than just a meme can convey, and I thought I'd make a quick video. So, Intel over the years, they have really always seemed to struggle to connect with the enthusiast market audience, whether it's gamers or people who just want a really powerful home computer, or even someone who's an engineer and just wants the best system that's the most powerful. They don't really seem to ever get it, and I think that is really the epitome of what we call a boomer, because it's not just a generational thing. Technically my generation I'm a millennial, and millennials aren't young, even though boomers think kids today are millennials, and they don't. Actual boomers, they don't get it, and that's the whole point. I think Intel just doesn't understand it, and their latest marketing is all about how bad their competition is. And I don't want to go anywhere near politics, but it sounds like a certain brand of politics, and it really just feels like a boomer move. So AMD, they don't have to do a lot of marketing. They don't have to talk down about their competitor. All they do is they're laser focused on making good products. And yeah, their graphics cards aren't amazing, but they're trying. They're not trying to badmouth anybody. They're just they're just out there. They're making their stuff, and hopefully one day we're gonna have a cool AMD graphics card, and NVIDIA will have some competition. NVIDIA just launched their 3000 series or 30 series or whatever their marketing nonsense is, and it looks awesome. And I'm just oh, it would be so cool if AMD had something to go along with that. Hey, NVIDIA releases, here's an AMD product, but we don't have that right now. But we do have that kind of competition with processors, and it's awesome. I got into computers around the first AMD coming out with the first dual core, and I knew hardly anything about computers, and I was just I need that. I want that. I have this crappy old Intel here. Oh, and it was my first computer I ever bought was this crappy E-Machines special from Best Buy, and it had an X2 AMD X2 or whatever it was. I don't even remember the model. I don't have the computer anymore, so I can't actually check. But anyways, I had one of the first AMD dual cores, or maybe I think it was that year that came out, and it just was so exciting. And AMD has always had this excitement around them because they're always interested in the new technology, and they don't take the engineers and tell them, take your enthusiasm and shove it in a box, put it in the closet. We're here to do serious work, because that's the Intel. That's what I feel it would be working for Intel. That's what I feel like. And I feel AMD kind of lets that engineering love of the product bleed through. And I think it very much feels generational, because when you're young you tend to be more enthusiastic. I hope I'm still a very enthusiastic person, even though I'm turning 33 this year. Starting to feel old, my goodness. I think enthusiasm is something some companies lack and other companies have tons of. And I think right now, that's Intel's problem. I even though their 10 nanometer failed and whatever, they have all these technical problems, but I think the root of stuff like this is company culture, and that this enthusiastic, enthusiast focused and supportive culture at AMD, I think really has finally won them big time. And just one thing I just want to disclose: I have owned AMD stock and Intel stock at different times this year. I will admit I've always been a bit of an AMD fan, but for years I owned nothing but Intel products, because AMD had nothing competitive. And I'm not diehard I gotta have AMD. But if AMD has an equal product and there's an Intel product, I always buy the AMD. And the simple reason is just I feel there needs to be competition in the market, and it's always been this David and Goliath thing from day one. AMD has never before been anywhere close to having superiority over Intel in a big sense, and it really boils down like market share. They still don't have an advantage over Intel for market share, even though Intel might be bleeding that right now. And I kind of hope Intel bleeds a little bit longer. I think, it could lead to them, maybe they could see the light and be like, let's just not listen to the sales and marketing department. Let's listen to the guys making the product. And I just want to contribute my voice to that. I know other people have said similar things. I just want to contribute to that. I think Intel could be a better company, and I think they could make better products. And I'd love to see better products from Intel. And I'd love them to have their marketing focused on why their products are good and not just trying to pull the wool over people's eyes and trying to badmouth the competition. I don't think they need to do that to make money. I don't think so. I think you can just make a good product and you can make money. And I think it's beneficial sometimes to lose some money in business and have a wake-up call to see that you aren't doing something right and you need to change something. So, anyways, that's all I want to say. And I'm sure a lot of people in the community have thoughts and feelings, and I'd welcome some conversation in the comments. But anyways, I just wanted to post a video to share my thoughts on why Intel as a company is a boomer. And let me know if you agree with that or not in the comments below. And thanks for checking out this video.